Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to take you with me today to one of Italy's best kept secrets, Padua. I know we all adore Venice with its gondolas and Verona with that Romeo and Juliet vibe, but Padua? Oh my gosh, it's this magical little treasure in the Veneto region that totally stole my heart. I've been wandering around here for 3 days now, and trust me, I've got so much to share. So grab a coffee or maybe a glass of Italian wine if you're feeling fancy, and let's dive into this adventure together. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so Padua isn't just any city, it's like stepping into a time machine. Can you believe it was founded way back in the 11th or even 10th century BC? While pyramids were going up in Egypt and philosophers were chatting in Greece, people here were already building what would become this incredible place. There's this legend I'm obsessed with. After the Trojan War, a hero named Antenor escaped the angry Greeks, sailed down the Po River and decided, yep, this is home. He called it Patavium, which sounds straight out of a myth, don't you think? Since then, Padua's seen it all. Roman legions, barbarian invasions, medieval knights, Renaissance artists, and somehow it's still standing, just as gorgeous as ever. Let's get our bearings. Padua's right in the heart of Veneto, northeast Italy. It's only 40 kilometers from Venice and 70 from Verona. I love that it's such a perfect base for exploring. Hop on a train, and in an hour you're snapping pics by canals or at Juliet's balcony. But here's the thing, Padua isn't just a stopover. Over 210,000 people call it home, and when tourist season hits, it's buzzing with pilgrims, travelers, and students. Why? Oh, you'll see, I've got a whole list of spots to show you. This is the Bacchiglione River flowing right through the city with canals all around keeping floods at bay. When I first got here, I was like, wait, is this a mini Venice? But without the crazy crowds or overpriced gondola rides. It's so peaceful yet alive, people biking everywhere, sipping coffee on terraces, and at night the canals glow with lantern light. It's pure magic. I'd love to know, do you prefer chill cities like this or big busy ones? Drop it in the comments, I'm dying to hear your thoughts. Look at these buildings, they're everywhere. Every brick feels like a history lesson. The Romans laid roads and forums, medieval builders added towers, and Renaissance artists like Giotto painted masterpieces inside. Oops, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start with my first stop. Now let's dive into the world of brains and books. The University of Padua is one of the oldest in Europe, founded in 1222, almost 800 years ago. Geniuses like Galileo and Copernicus walked these halls. Galileo, the starry-eyed guy who proved the Earth orbits the Sun, and Copernicus, who flipped astronomy upside down. I kept imagining them debating planets and scribbling equations right where I was standing. The main building, Palazzo Bo, used to be a meat market or an inn before they turned it into a university in the 16th century. When I heard they went from chopping meat to, well, dissecting for science, I was like, whoa, that's a glow-up. The coolest part? The Anatomical Theater, the world's first permanent one, built in 1594. It's like a movie set. Wooden benches, tiny windows, a table in the middle. Super eerie, but it changed medicine forever. This is Galileo's podium, where he gave his lectures. I could just see him up there in a robe, explaining the universe while students hung on every word. They say his classes were so packed, people climbed the walls to listen. I touched the wood. It's dark and worn, but still solid. It gave me chills thinking about it. These crests are everywhere, left by wealthy grads over the centuries. Each one's a story, a merchant's son, a French noble, a future doctor from Germany. I counted over 100 before I lost track. If you're a science geek or just love a good story, you've got to visit. It's only about €7 with a tour, totally worth it. Next stop, Prato della Valle. It's the biggest square in Italy and one of the largest in Europe, nearly 90,000 square meters. My jaw dropped when I saw it. A canal in the middle, 4 bridges, 78 statues, all glowing at sunset. They built it in the 18th century, and it's like the city's heartbeat. Students have picnics, kids zip around on scooters, and old guys play chess. It's always alive. These statues are so cool. Each one's a famous person, a scientist, poet, or politician. I tried reading the names, but half of them were tongue twisters. Italian's tricky. Apparently there used to be more, but Napoleon messed things up when he took over. History's wild here. Right next door is the Padua Botanical Garden. Founded in 1545, the oldest in the world, still in its original spot. It's got over 6,000 plants. Cacti, giant lilies, you name it. My favorite? Goethe's palm. Yep, the poet Goethe came here and got inspired by it. It's still standing, and I took pics from every angle. It's so calm here. I could have curled up with a book all day. Tickets are €10, and if you love nature, it's a dream. There's even a 400-year-old tree so big it'd take 3 of us to hug it. Would you stroll through here? Tell me in the comments. Time for some real talk. How do you get here and what's good to eat? From Venice's Marco Polo airport, it's an hour by bus for €7 to €8. Trains are pricier but faster. In Padua, buses and trams are great, but I say rent a bike. Everything's within 5 kilometers. I rode around yesterday and almost didn't want to stop. The food? Pure heaven. You've got to try bigoli, this thick pasta with meat sauce, and tiramisu. And the coffee at Cafe Padrocchi? I had an espresso with mint syrup. Weird but amazing. Prices are way lower than Venice, so I indulged guilt-free. Pasta or pizza? What's your pick? Let me know in the comments. The markets here are to die for. Piazza delle Erbe and Piazza della Frutta. I grabbed some parmesan and local wine for next to nothing. If you cook, bring an extra suitcase. You'll want it all. Padua's got me hooked. History, science, nature, food, it's all here without the tourist chaos of Rome or Florence. Next up, the absolute star of Padua, the Basilica of St. Anthony. This isn't just a church, it's a whole universe pulling people in from everywhere. 6 million pilgrims a year, can you imagine? I found out it's all because of St. Anthony of Padua, this amazing monk, preacher, and miracle worker. People adored him so much that when he died in 1231, they made him a saint in just 1 year. Usually that takes forever, so he must have been something special. They started building this massive place in the 13th century right after he passed, and it's the biggest church in Padua. Outside, those domes look like something from the Middle East. Inside, it's this wild mix of Gothic, Romanesque, and a touch of Byzantine dazzle. I walked in and almost got lost. It's that huge. Oh, and here's something wild. They've got St. Anthony's relics on display, his tongue and jawbone. Okay, yes, it's a little creepy, but for believers, it's all about his incredible way with words. There's even a story that fish in the river stopped to listen to him preach. How cute is that? This is his tomb. People come here to pray and leave little notes with their wishes. It's so moving, even if you're not super religious. I felt this lump in my throat. The walls are covered in frescoes about his life too. I spent half an hour staring at them until my legs begged for a break. Now let's step outside. Check out this statue. It's by Donatello, the first full-sized equestrian statue of the Renaissance. It's Erasmo da Narni, nicknamed Gattamelata, a local warlord. He looks ready to gallop off and lead an army. I spent 10 minutes trying to get the perfect shot, but the sun kept getting in the way. If you're into art, this is a total must-see. Would you want a statue like this in your backyard? Tell me in the comments. Donatello made this in the 15th century and it was a huge deal. Before him, only Roman emperors got statues like this. Now it's a regular guy turned legend. Padua's full of surprises like that. But let's keep going, there's so much more. Yesterday I sat here with an espresso, watching a guy play guitar, old ladies gossiping, and kids running around with gelato. I was like, this is it, this is real Italy. But hold on, because it gets even better from here. I heard a rumor that Michelangelo himself sketched some of the plans. Yep, the Michelangelo, the one who sculpted David and painted the Sistine Chapel. I'm not sure if it's true, but it totally adds some sparkle to the story, right? Stepping inside? Oh my gosh, it's breathtaking. The ceilings are so high, the marble columns gleam, and there's this faint smell of old stone and incense that just wraps around you. This cathedral was built on top of older churches that crumbled centuries ago, and they still find bits of them, like ancient mosaics or foundations. It's like every corner has a secret to tell. Then there's the baptistry next door, this adorable little round chapel where they used to baptize people. Inside, it's covered in 14th century frescoes by Giusto de Menaboi. I swear, the colors are so vibrant I thought they'd been touched up last week, not 700 years ago. Getting in only costs a couple of euros, such a steal for the vibes you get. I've already added it to my list. Bring my besties here next time. Would you pop inside or just snap a pic from outside? Let me know in the comments, I'm so curious what you'd do. I've been here 3 days and it feels like I've only scratched the surface. If you love this trip, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what you'd see in Padua or where I should go next. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you in the next video. Ciao, lovelies.